Hey snipers, I hope you're all doing well. Generally speaking, you never ask me anything. Guys, I'm always doing fine. Why? Because today we're going to make some money. There are a lot of questions being asked on the internet. I'm about to close my social media, but you're still here. Alex, how do you make money? Alex, I want to make 5,000 euros, but I only have 50 euros as starting capital and I only have 7 days. How do I do it? You thought this was a casino, huh? That's wrong. You're fooling yourself. You're deluding yourself. This is not a casino. You can't make money quickly if you don't already have money. You can make money quickly if you already have capital. That's the basic rule. But if you don't have any cash, only Goldfinger can turn lead into gold. You guys are trying. You're going to have to work. I get asked a lot of questions and people say to me, but Alex, listen, I don't have time to trade. There you go, I'm out of luck. I don't have time to trade. Every day I'm at work. I come home, I don't have time, etc. But how do you make money? When I was an employee, when I was eating stones, morning, noon and night, what did I do? I would go into swing trades and bide my time. That's it. The truth is, when you have no time, no capital, no motivation, no life, you need to get into swing trading. That's what we're going to look at in this video. I'm going to show you the beginner's strategy to make money trading. It's going to be very simple. Before we get hands-on with the practical side, we're really going to cover the psychological basics. Your biggest problem in trading is that you are greedy as fuck and you are full of FOMO. Guys, FOMO is fear of missing out. What does that mean? It means you're there, you want all the opportunities, but you can't trade everything. And in the end, how much do you make at the end of the day? Zero. Because by constantly running after the bus, you'll miss it. And you're searching, it goes up, it goes down quickly. You can't control your emotions like a diabetic in front of cotton candy. You absolutely must realize that you cannot make money every day through trading. I don't do it myself. Monday is dead, it's dead. The market is waking up. Me, I'm here, I spent the weekend at the club. I'm here telling myself, no, not for me. You absolutely want to seize every opportunity, and at the end of the day, what do? You exhaust yourself mentally, financially, you burn through accounts, and at the end of the day, what do? You make zero. To succeed in trading, you need to set up structures for yourself. You need to channel yourself. That NPCs won't understand. But the real snipers who get me understand you need to channel yourself. Otherwise, you're playing a soccer match, running after the ball all the time. No, you need to be in your zone and you have to channel yourself. Make sure that when the ball comes, you have to go down, you have to go back up, you have to be in position, etc. It's the same thing in trading. You're just there. The market goes up, the market goes down, the market goes up. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And on top of that, afterwards, you come on social media to talk to me. It annoys me. And I'm telling you guys, you're like children, you're kids. That's why now I'm going to give you a strategy. If you already have a strategy, just ignore this. I'm not giving you this strategy, so you'll take it just because you'll see we're going to make money with it. Are you a kid or what? If you go to war and you try to cut down guys, but you end up getting cut down yourself, is it because you're going to change weapons? No, you're going to train to handle your weapon better. It's the same thing with strategies. I'm going to show you a strategy I used when I was starting out. And with good discipline and the right mindset, you'll be able to make money. Because sometimes I see guys in the comments you guys are out of touch with reality. You talk to me as if we're equals, but you haven't proven anything, you haven't shown any results. We never see MT4, you haven't shared a single statement. I've done all that, and you're talking to me? Yeah, it's true, the Shimoku since Gauchi at Sada. Hey, shut your fucking mouth, damn it. At some point, you guys need to come back down to earth. Trading isn't gambling, trading isn't your grandma, and trading is serious business. Because by having such a crappy mindset, what you're doing is not taking trading seriously. You're treating trading as just an opportunity to make money. In 2 weeks, it's anything but that. And you're making trading look bad, you bunch of losers. Alright, snipers. We'll meet on TradingView right after this introduction to psychology. Because I'm going to give you a strategy that's simple, but you'll see that it's the simplicity of the strategy. The simpler a strategy is, the more capable you are of making money. Get rid of your fake motivation, the money. You've been not making money for 30 years. You're not going to start making it in a week. So what we're going to do is take our time to break down the possibilities. Here, I'm on gold. I'm on gold in H4. I'm going to try to look at the camera like this. There won't be any darkness. What I'm going to show you is very dark. We set it to H4. You don't have time to trade and you're a beginner. You can currently trade if you're a beginner and you don't have time, simply thanks to a simple reversal strategy. Let me explain. The first step is already to identify a structure. We set it to H4. We're going to stay on H4. We're not going to do multi-time frame, backflips. You're a beginner. When I started trading, the only thing I had was PDF resources from Anglefin. That means I had the reversal patterns and that was it. I told myself, okay, there are candlesticks. The first thing I need to look at is the candlesticks. So I'm going to read the candlesticks. That's why many of you read the trend, read the MACD, read this, read that. And you forget the most important thing, which is to read the candlesticks. The candlesticks are really the heart. They're what guide the market. They're what create volatility or not. They're what allow you to spot a pin bar, etc. So first of all, before spotting the candlestick, you identify the structures. So what is a structure? A structure is, for example, here, I have a consolidation zone. So each candlestick represents 4 hours. So to get this consolidation zone, I'll have to wait. So I wait. Here I have a candlestick, but it doesn't look like anything. So I have a structure. I also have a double bottom. Okay, it forms a double V. There you go. After the double bottom, there are false breakouts, which we can avoid. But the first step is really to identify the structures. Here I have a consolidation zone, and here I have a consolidation zone. Perfect. You can look at the consolidation zones, or what we call pivot zones. Here I have a consolidation zone, and here I have a consolidation zone. You have pivots here, you see that it turns back a little, etc. We'll stick to the consolidation zones. Second step, we're going to look at the candlestick. There is a candlestick that is very powerful, very strong, which indicates a reversal. This is the angle fin. The angle fin is a candlestick that engulfs more than 50% of the previous candlestick. Look, here you have an angle fin. I'm going to change the color because I can see people are going to struggle. They don't understand each other. Here, this is an angle fin. Look, this candlestick engulfs more than 50% of the previous candlestick, and then the market reverses. Here, this is an angle fin. Here, this is an angle fin with a pin bar right here in the middle. This is a well-known reversal, meaning you have a large candlestick, you have a pin bar, and then you have an angle fin. Here, for me, this is an angle fin. And if it's not clear here, you have something at the breakout of the consolidation zone. And here, what do you have? Guess what? An angle fin. That means your job basically is to wait for these two steps. It's to watch for the structure and to wait for the angle fin. The angle fin, you have indicators on TradingView that allow you to spot them. It's not amazing. I encourage you to use what serves as your eyes. I know most people prefer to watch BFM on repeat. Trump, he's blonde. Thank you for your domestic geopolitical analysis. We're not interested. Look at the financial markets and learn to see, for fuck's sake. That means that at one point, I was without bread, without water, just with stones, and I was making more money than you. How? By opening my fucking eyes, by observing the fucking reality. So at some point, you have to understand that. Here you have a clear angle. What does the market do? Boom, it drops. It's as simple as that. Trading in reality. What's complicated is your relationship with money. Every time you open a position, you have a fixed emotional attachment to it. That means you're constantly on edge because you see the market going up, even though you're on the right side of the wave. But you're afraid to win, so you quickly close at break even, and that gives you nothing. All of that comes from complex relationships with money. That's why when I say that trading and money in general are 90% psychological, it's the truth. And there are still guys who say to me, Jean-Claude Van Damme, you're broke? You're broke as fuck, you have a watch? Yeah, that's it, you're broke, meaning I see you, you're wearing a gray t-shirt, don't talk to me, don't speak, never again, by the way. What's complicated is your relationship with money. What's complicated is wanting to make it back, wanting to trade again, wanting every opportunity, FOMO, etc. And how do you get rid of all that? By creating structures, trading plans, by channeling yourself. That means when you come to the markets, you know what to trade, when to trade, what to do, etc. You're there, and if you want to hunt alligators, you don't go on a day when there are deer. That doesn't interest you. You go where the alligators are at a certain time because that's when they come out of their den. And you shoot them, you make a pair of shoes or a handbag for the lady. That's it. At some point, trading is the same thing. You show up, you want to take everything, and in the end, you get nothing. By chasing butterflies all the time, you end up catching nothing. There's only one way to catch butterflies. Create your own garden. Okay? So first step, structure. Second step, fine angle. Third step, confirmation with an indicator. Your choice, snipers. The MACD if you want volume. You also have the RSI. The RSI can be very powerful, but still it can give you false breakouts. Personally, I like the MACD. Some people don't like it. Go screw yourselves. Me, I really like the MACD. In any case, it helps me make a lot of money. The MACD is the clearest one out there. You don't actually need market noise. You're on H4, you're swing trading. That means that even if you take a position on H4, you'll see a little drawdown. But honestly, if you get a drawdown like that, good luck. That means you have a wick. That means the idea really is still to drop down to H1, M15 or M30. But on H4, if you're a beginner and you don't want to overthink things, you just have to take a position at the close of the final angle and then take whatever comes. Here, you have a liquidity wick. It hurts, at least in terms of drawdown, it hurts, but our stop loss isn't hit. After that, you need enough margin, etc. I'm not going into details because it depends on each person's capital. And that's why you also need to adapt your money management. First step, structure. Second step, final angle. Third step, indicator. As an indicator, you have the QQE, which is very good, very strong. It's more aligned with the trend. You also have the MACD, which does the job. Why? Because here you see that even if the volume is a bit useless, let's say, even though it reflects the market fundamentals, you have something like this, with the MACD being oversold. And it's only going to rise and break through my median line. That's how you read a MACD if you didn't know. So this is very interesting. We have 3 steps. Then you let the trade run and you take your profits. Now, you're not going to have opportunities every day, but logically, if you're a beginner, if you don't have much time to dedicate to trading, this is exactly what you should do. That's what I used to do myself, meaning that during the day, I was folding clothes and on the side, I had some swing trades going. It's the best way to grow your capital. Makes sense? The next 3 steps are simple. The damn psychology. That means at some point, to take the right opportunities to wait for them, you're going to have to respect yourself. You shouldn't be chasing after the bus. You shouldn't have FOMO. You know, I get a lot of that myself. There are a lot of people who come talk to me every day. At least 10 guys come up to me and say this: Alex, I have 20 euros as starting capital. I need to make 10,000 so I can quit my job right away. No, you're not going to quit your job. You're going to stay there a while longer. Plus, you have to give 2 months notice. Basically, you're not going to do anything at all. You're living in a dream. You're living in a Hollywood movie. But your life isn't a movie. Your life is like a crappy black and white art film with rain. That's what it is. So calm down, because first of all, you're not going to be able to build a long-term empire. I can see you're just a kid, so calm down. You use this strategy. We take our time, the structure, the fine-tuned approach, and validation with the indicator. And then you just let it run. And here I'm talking about quite a lot of money. I'm not giving you useless strategies like some people do with the ball dropping and all that stuff. Here are strategies to profit in swing trading. If you have a target, set a take profit. Always control your channels and manage everything. In trading, you have to control everything. You need to control the time at which you trade, the pair you trade. You know what you're trading on the financial markets. That means you know what you need to hunt, with which weapon, with which ammunition. Money management is the strategy. You can't just jump in and try to shoot at everything, spraying bullets everywhere. You'll end up with 0 shots made. We're snipers. We're not flamethrowers. It doesn't even sound good. But above all, it's terrible. The mindset you have is pathetic. You're reacting like spoiled kids with no financial education. I'm telling you, if no one else does, you come to this channel to hear the truth. And that's the reality. If I were your mentor, and in a way I am, whether closely or from afar, because no one else talks about what I talk about on YouTube. If I were your mentor, I'd slap some sense into you because you can't approach the financial markets like this. We're talking about money here. How do you expect to turn 50 euros into 5,000 euros? And then have an empire and think, have capital that will grow to 50,000 euros, 100,000 euros, based on lucky breaks, on machine gun style trading. In the long run, that's worth nothing. You can't do it, because if you make the same trades you do when you have 50 euros, you'll make the same trades when you have 100,000 euros, maybe even with more stress. The point of channeling yourself, of having structure and discipline, is that if you run the 100 meters in athletics for your high school, you can run exactly the same 100 meters under the same conditions at the Olympics. Why? Because the stress, which is corrosive and counterproductive, you replace it with discipline. That's why to everyone who wants to flip from 50 euros to 5,000 euros, you first need to be prepared. And in 2 weeks, that's not possible. Honestly, I turned 12 euros into 1,000, which no one else has done. I should get a medal for that, but apparently I can just shove it. You'll tell me, on paper, that's nothing. On paper, I turned lead into gold. 3 months. I made a video about it. Look, damn guys. Look at how much I started with. 3 months. 3 fucking months. Who here can hold a position for 3 months? No one. So at some point, you have to realize certain things. The strategy is tailored to your psychology. This strategy is excellent, it's super powerful. Well, yes, you have to wait. If you already have a strategy, for example, look, here is a strategy for you to add to your current arsenal. What are you going to do? You're going to quickly change your strategy. If you do that, you're acting like a kid. If you're an adult, you'll understand this strategy and adapt it for another trading plan. But you'll keep your strategy because you're sharpening your knives. What I'm telling you right now, no one else tells you. I'm telling you, you're not here for nothing. I'm giving you value, but above all, I'm giving you reality. The strategy here needs to be matched with the right mindset. All those empty words, quickly you need all the tricks. I switched to M1 like this, so I'm close to catching everything. I'm saving you time. By the end of the year, you'll be doing this. You're going to be able to win, but you're also going to lose a lot. Then you're going to get fed up with trading. Then you'll come crying to me on Telegram. Alex, please give me some cash. Because among the 10 people who come to see me every day, at least 5 of them ask me for money. Alex, don't you have like 15,000 so I can make it back? All right, sure. So I'm supposed to give 15,000 to a guy I don't even know who has a gambler's mentality. Go jump off a bridge, man. I mean, at some point, what are you even doing? Then you give trading a bad reputation because trading, when you channel it, read Mark Douglas, trading in the zone, you absolutely have to trade within your comfort zone. You take away the prestige of trading because you make it look like gambling. And above all, you don't even train yourself. And that's why 90% of NPCs lose. The 10% of snipers, they're able to build something long-term and disciplined. Ask in the comments, the snipers will answer you. At some point, wake up. And all those who criticize are the ones who got screwed by the market because they didn't respect it and now they're here complaining. Afterwards, it's because they thought it was just gambling. This isn't poker, man. This isn't blackjack. You need a lot of psychology. So, to all those who've told me over the past 3 years, I'm JCVD, put your results in the comments. A link where we can see your results. Me, I do it every day on Telegram. Okay? I'm waiting for you. I'll check. We're coming to the end of this video, snipers. I hope that you understood this video. I hope I was able to give you the maximum value. This is a very simple strategy for those who don't have time, for beginners, for those who want to get a foot in the door of trading. And if you want to succeed in trading, it's not enough to be the Bruce Lee of trading, etc. Well, me, I'm an exception because I'm a monster. But to make money in trading, you just need to have the right mindset, not try to chase your losses and manage your money properly. A little bit of risk. And then it all falls into place. Look on Telegram at all the results I post. Real snipers. They're the ones who have a true trading mindset. They're the ones who crush the markets every day. As God intended. If you're a real sniper and you've made it to this point in the video, write in the comments. A real sniper sees in the dark. Because if you open your eyes and still can't see, it means you're still an NPC. True words from a sniper. Boom.